Yeah. All right. How are you, buddy? Good, bro. I really respect you as an
All right, so
and as a brand, and you are very.
This is me
smart,
talking to Canelo.
I look up to you. You're inspiration. Me and you have a lot of similarities. Fast cars, fun, razors,
Good mind.
horses.
And what do you say?
All
Good
of
mind.
that. All of that.
How much money did he want? Canelo wanted 200 million.
Focus in yours.
We're still listening to the conversation here, right? Or did it just end?
Yeah, and you as well, brother. And,
Still listening?
I think, one day we make a good fight. Until then, we can be friends.
Killing.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Paul, who just came out a few days ago with Ariel Helwani live, came out with the claim explaining that he does want to come back to the sport of boxing, but has a couple scans coming up for his jaw. And his doctor's going to let him know if he can ever continue boxing and continue his career. Jake Paul, who says he was contemplating retiring, spoke to it with his female. His female was trying to convince him to do it, saying you got a lot of different other business avenues. You got a lot of different business ventures. You don't have to do this no more. But Jake Paul says he continues and still wants to return. He, as you just seen, was talking to Canelo Alvarez, claimed talking in negotiation, says Canelo Alvarez says he will fight him, but it has to be for $200 million. $200 million payday for Canelo Alvarez, the same exact money that he asked for when he wanted to fight, when they wanted him to fight against David Benavidez. A lot of people called Canelo Alvarez a duck for that. So did I. And now he's asking $200 million from Jake Paul. Is this another attempt to just push the fight away? Or is that how much Canelo Alvarez wants for these mega fights, ladies and gentlemen? Because I don't think he's scared to fight Jake Paul. Let's be real. But he has talked about not wanting to participate in that fight when Jake Paul was calling Canelo out. Canelo was public about, at this stage of his career, this is not what he wants to do. Nah, he can go over there and do all those other circus events or whatever he got to do. But me right now, I'm in the actual world of boxing. Now, nowhere in that video did Canelo actually say $200 million. But Jake Paul claims that's how much Canelo asked for. And then we see Jake Paul live and say he has the $200 million for Canelo Alvarez. Check this out.
Hello, I have the $200 million for you. Easy money. Jake Paul versus Canelo. Let's get it done. This is what the fans have been waiting for. This is the biggest fight that can possibly be made in boxing. Canelo said he's down on the phone, so we're gonna make it happen. I have the $200 million, and I think that's gonna be the next fight. So sign the contract, Canelo. Much respect to you. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing happen. That's the exclusive Kick live stream. Jake Paul versus Canelo. Official. You heard it here first.
I mean, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Paul has definitely got the money. And if Jake Paul doesn't have $200 million, which I think he does, if he doesn't, then he definitely has the investors that are willing to put money behind this. From a business aspect, yes, they're probably going to lose out on money. Who the hell knows how all this is going to end up working out? And I know it may not be that interesting to you, but I know for a fact I'm going to be watching, and we're going to be covering every single little thing that goes down. within that event. Ladies and gentlemen, if this does happen, what weight is it going to happen at? Jake Paul, you know, I believe when he was going to fight a Gervonta Tank Davis, wasn't he required to go down to 190 pounds? Or was it 195? I know it wasn't no 180. It definitely wasn't no 185. Canelo Alvarez, last fight was at 168 pounds. He's been campaigning, undisputed champion at 168 pounds 2 times. But it's fought as high as 175 pounds in the light heavyweight division. 175, what's Canelo Alvarez actually walking around at? 180, 190, 200. Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez. It seems like a possible thing. At one time it didn't. Canelo says, I'll do this at the end of my career. Well, he ain't the undisputed champion anymore. He's going to be going up against Christian Billy. The fans aren't even happy with that. Go get the bag. $200 million. Who in the hell would turn this fight down? I don't care if you say, not Canelo, don't fight him. This is not. $200 million for one goddamn fight. Shut the hell up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely astonishing news. Now the question is, will Canelo actually do this? Is the $200 million offer an actual thing? Because on that phone call, I see nothing but respect shown between each other, but I didn't actually hear Canelo Alvarez say $200 million offer. That's what Jake Paul said. And we all know Jake Paul and the history of him trying to chase the Canelo Alvarez fight. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All I know is that they were talking. We know Canelo Alvarez. If you're like Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, if you're like David Benavidez, you show disrespect. You might not get a fight with this dude. But if you show respect, Canelo might actually fight you. And I see nothing but respect between him and Jake Paul. A $200 million payday from Canelo Alvarez. I'm pretty sure he will take that. But let me know what you guys think, man. Absolutely breaking news. We'll see how this all ends up coming about. If this is true, if this is not. For now, Jake Paul claims that it's real. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.